Okay, hi everyone. I'll be making a presentation on user-centric privacy control in identity management and access control within cloud-based systems. I'm Kelvin Ovabor of the University of Alabama. I'll be going with these contents: introduction, literature review on related works, the research direction, the methodology, the future works, and the conclusion. As a form of introduction, we've noticed over time that cloud-based systems have gained applicability in various domains, especially in terms of its flexibility that it offers, the backup, dependability, and business continuity that it offers. As cloud systems have become popular and commonly used by businesses, there's an issue of data privacy and identity management discussion, which have been very much involved in various areas of research. Especially in the adoption of cloud technology, security is a critical issue. Notwithstanding the convenience and benefits that cloud-based systems offers, there's a need to strike a balance between convenience and security. Several strategies have been considered by researchers in addressing the issues of security involved in cloud-based systems. They have carried out different approaches, but little attention in studies and application have been given to privacy enhancing technologies, PETS, in identity access management systems. This integration aims to improve user-focused control over privacy, while to ensure accessibility, adaptability, and conformity to developing privacy rules. It's a critical aspect of modern technology that affects all of us. And what makes this research area interesting is in the aspect of putting a form of control in the hands of the users, which has to do with that's where it's being focused in the aspect of user-centric privacy control. This is my next slide, talking about the major cloud service providers as we know, which is the Amazon Web Services, AWS, the Microsoft Azure, the Google GCP. These are the major cloud service providers. What's the literature review? What are the works that have been done in this area, the methodology that have been used in order to provide security in cloud-based systems? Looking at the first author here, his methodologies, blockchain-based verifiable user control and encryption in ensuring security in a cloud-based system. What are the limitations? The one limitation is that it involves significant computing demand and there was limited focus on user-centric privacy. The second author focused on the use of in carrying out security in cloud-based system by making use of multi-factor authentication and OTP and biometric system. What were the limitations or gaps identified? There was no analysis of the legal regulatory aspect of the biometric data usage in the cloud identity management, leaving a gap in understanding compliance requirements. And there was lack of usability and privacy control. The next author focused on the survey research by looking at different surveys over time and addressing discretionary privacy issues using machine learning algorithms and blockchain techniques in the cloud domain. But one of the limitations of the study is that it did not use standardized metrics for evaluating privacy, making it difficult to compare the results with other research works. The next author focused on the use of data splitting, which but there was a lack of practical scenario and there was the absence of evaluation results and did not address compliance and legal aspects. The next author focused on use of MAC, mandatory access control, and tax-based access control using blockchain. One of the limitations in the absence of the real-world case studies, there was no issue. The aspect of scalability and adaptability was not considered, and there was no consideration for compliance and regulatory implication. The last but not the least author here focused on using of hashing mechanism using blockchain technology There was no provision for scalability and flexibility in his system. In summary, the current state-of-the-art strategies that have been adopted in solving the problem of security, identity, access management, and privacy control in cloud-based systems have been listed here, which include machine learning algorithms, use of machine learning algorithms in cloud-based systems, use of data splitting, use of steganography, use of strong authentication and access control, use of blockchain-based identity management system, and use of monolithic encryption. What is the research direction? The research direction is that the primary issue lies in the absence of a robust user-centric privacy control mechanism within cloud-based systems and access and identity and access management systems. The deficiency of this can lead to unauthorized access and data breaches. Consequently, there will be a compelling need to propose the development of an algorithm, and that's what this research is all about. The research is to propose an algorithm and system that is aimed at user-centric privacy control, which will focus on scalability, complexity, and compliance issues. What are the methodologies involved? The first step is data collection. The identity, access management system, logs, and user interaction data will be collected. The second step is the data processing, which has to do with data collection, cleaning the data preparation for cleaning the data and transformation of the data. The next step is the algorithm development, which has to do with the use of the objectives and the key components involved. The fourth step is a system design, which has to do with to develop, create, and implement the system itself. Then we are using Microsoft Azure as a case study here. We will integrate the algorithm with the Microsoft Azure itself. With the Microsoft Azure itself, they will integrate it and test it. Then the evaluation will be carried out in terms of the scalability, usability, and its privacy compliance. Now, in terms of data collection, we collect the identity access management system logs, we collect the user interaction data as I talked about. The data will be stored securely, then we check privacy compliance in line with GDPR and HIPAA to be sure that it's in line with the regulatory standards as seen in best global practices. Now, the next step is the data pre-processing, whereby we clean the data, we acknowledge any form of missing data, the noisy data, inconsistent data, then we clean them up, transformation of the data storage, then we check the quality and validation of this data. Now, the next step is the algorithm development itself. This is a part where we have to design the user-centric privacy algorithm itself. Based on, then we look at the policy tags, then we implement the algorithm, integrate it with the IAM system that is itself. Now, when we talk about the system design, we're looking at it from the requirement gathering, the architectural design, and the technology stack selection that we are going to make use of in the study itself. Then, since our case study is the use of Microsoft Azure, we are going to set up a Microsoft Azure account. We configure the Azure resources. Then the developed user-centric privacy control algorithm will be integrated with it. We create the IAM system component based on policy integration, the data storage and privacy compliance, authentication and authorization with security measure testing and quality assurance will be carried out. Then we deploy, have a documentation of every processes and training and ongoing maintenance and updates. Then the compliance, then auditing and create feature enhancement. These are it is full step from the beginning of integration to the last phase. We have to do the feature enhancements. How do we evaluate this system? We evaluate this system in terms of the scalability testing, in terms of the usability testing itself. We look at it from the aspect of the privacy compliance testing, then we reporting itself, then and its documentation for future reference. Now, what are the future works that have been done in this area? The future works that can be done in this area include enabling a fine-grained data accessibility system. And that feature work that can be done is to configure a user-friendly policy. Then the next feature work that can be done is to integrate an advanced privacy policy. Then we can improve on the reporting and the monitoring itself. Then we can optimize the scalability and performance of the system itself. Then, and also strict compliance with emerging legislations and international standards based on best global practices. In conclusion, we can say that this paper has outlined a comprehensive methodology to address the implementation of user-centric privacy control mechanism in cloud-based identity and access management system. The methodology has a focus in terms of the scalability, in terms of its complexity, in terms of the compliance and the usability, addressing these challenges. By addressing these challenges, the proposed system aims to enhance the data privacy and access control in cloud-based systems, ultimately mitigating unauthorized access and data breaches. Many unique and new open research challenges will be available for future works. Thank you very much. These are the few references involved from the